Hi guys! Welcome back sa ating second part ng solving indeterminate forms. So ayan, so yung kinat ko yung video kasi dun sa unang part, masyado nang mahaba yung 10 problems. So dito ko na siya tatapusin yung remaining 12 problems sa part 2 ng ating discussion about solving indeterminate forms. So bilang pagtutuloy doon sa ating problem 11, sagutan natin itong problem na ito, which is the limit of x minus 3 over the square root of x minus 2 minus the square root of 4 minus x. Ayan, so dahil may radical na naman sa ilalim, ang gagamitin na naman natin here is what? Gagamit na naman tayo ng conjugate method para ma-solve itong specific na problem na ito. Ayan. So, analyze muna natin kung siya ba ay indeterminate form talaga. So, 3 minus 3, that is 0, over. This is 3 minus 2, that's square root of 1. Okay, minus square root of 4 minus 3, that's 1. So, square root of 1 minus square root of 1, that is 0. Okay, now, it seems complicated kasi dalawa yung radical natin, pero they are still separated by a negative sign. Meaning, this term is one term as a whole, and this term is another term as a whole. So, technically, these two terms resemble a binomial pa rin. So, we can still apply our sum and difference of two squares in order to solve and simplify the denominator of the problem. So, in this case, what we're going to do is we will multiply both the denominator and the numerator of our problem with the conjugate of this expression. So, what will be the conjugate? Hindi natin babaguhin yung mga signs sa loob ng radical. Ang babaguhin lang natin is this. Okay, ito lang. Ito as is. The first and the last should be as is. So, this is square root of x minus 2, not square root of x plus 1 kasi hindi magiging square of sum and difference of 2 square. Hindi tayo makakapag-cancel. Ito yung dapat plus, no? Times the square root of 4 minus x all over the same set, which is square root of x minus 2 plus square root of 4 minus x. Now, this will become sum and difference of 2 squares. So we square the first term, and then we square the last term, and then we separate it by a minus sign. Okay? This is x minus 3 multiplied by a long expression, x minus 2 plus square root of 4 minus x. All over this will be simplified version, which is x minus 2 is squared. No? Separate it with a minus sign, and then we copy 4 minus x quantity squared. Now, maka-cancel natin yung radical. This one and this one. Then, as usual, magiging linear siya and masisimplify natin. Pero yung denominator, ganun pa rin, which is the product of this pa rin, plus square root of 4 minus x. Over what? This is x minus 2 minus this. Huwag mo kakalimutan yung parenthesis kasi mamamali ka. Kasi ito, i-distribute natin yan. Hindi pwedeng hindi. So, equal yan sa x minus 3 times square root of x minus 2 plus square root of 4 minus x all over what? This is x yan. Tapos, minus x. So, x plus x, that's 2x. And then, negative 2 minus 4, that's negative 6. Okay? So, hindi tayo makakapag-cancel, no? Kasi x minus 3 ito, 2x minus 6 ito. No. We are going to, what? Simplify the denominator. We will extract 2 and then magiging x minus 3 na yan. And then, ito ay x minus 3 multiplied by square root of x minus 2 plus 4 minus x. Square root nito. Okay? So, let's continue on the next slide. Okay. So, ang nangyari ay meron kang x minus 3 over 2 times x minus 3. And then, meron ka ditong square root ng x minus 2 plus square root ng 4 minus x. Let's check. Okay, tama. So, ngayon, pag meron ka ng gantong form, now is the only time that you can cancel this. Okay? So that the one that will remain is the conjugate over 2. Therefore, yan ay equal na ngayon sa limit as x approaches 3 ng square root of x minus 2 plus square root of 4 minus x all over 2, which is equal to square root of 3 minus 2 plus square root of 4 minus 3 all over 2, and that is basically 1 plus 1 over 2, that is 2 over 2, and this is equal to 1. Okay, so the answer to this problem is 1. Okay? That's it. Let's move on to the next problem. Okay, so here, try this, the green one. Okay, let's try to substitute. Okay, so obvious na agad na may 1 over 0 kasi nakamultiply. This is 1 over 0. So, dapat isimplify muna natin siya. So, mangyayari dyan is 1 over x multiplied by, okay, ang ilalim niyan will be the product of the denominator. That is 3 is square root of x plus 9. Okay, and then 3 times x plus square root of x plus 9 divided by 3, that's square root of x plus 9 times 1. So, this is square root of x plus 9. Minus this divided by this is 3 times 1 is 3. That will be our form. Now, ipasok na natin tong sa x dito. I-multiply na natin. So, ang magiging form ng ating given is x plus 9 yan. Square root minus 3 all over 3 times x is square root of x plus 9. Okay? So, ang kailangan nating maalis is what? Ito. Yung x. Okay? So, dapat ang i-conjugate natin ito. Okay? So, ang conjugate niyan is square root of x plus 9 plus 3. Square root of x plus 9 plus 3. Therefore, the answer will be square root of x plus 9 quantity squared minus 9 all over 3x square root of x plus 9 times square root of x plus 9 plus 3. Okay, that's it. Now, simplifying further, this will become x plus 9 minus 9 over 3x square root of x plus 9 multiplied by square root of x plus 9 plus 3. Now, 9 minus 9 is 0, right? So, the one that will remain, the only one that will remain here is the this one, x. And then, we can cancel x. That's it. Ayan. And then, ang matitira is just 1 over 3 square root of x plus 9 multiplied by square root of x plus 9 plus 3. Okay? So, ito na yung ating working equation. Tapos, isi-substitute na lang natin si 0 para malaman natin kung ano yung limit. So, again, the limit as x approaches 0 of 1 over 3 square root of x plus 9 times square root of x plus 9 plus 3. That's it, diba? Equals to 1 over 3 times 0 plus 9 times square root of 0 plus 9 plus 3 is equal to 1 over 3 times 3 times 3 plus 3. And that is equal to 9 times 6. Is equal to 1 over 9 times 6. 1 over 54. This is our answer to this problem. Yan na yan. Okay, using conjugate method. Gamit na gamit yung conjugate method kapag talaga may radical. So, let's move on to our 13th problem. So, ito na yung problem number 13. So, kanina, puro tayo algebraic forms. Ngayon, magta-trigonometric forms naman tayo, no? So, trigonometric forms can be solved using manipulation and yung yung mga identities. So, kailangan lang familiar tayo sa mga basic identities, basic reciprocal functions ng trigonometric functions, ganyan. So, tawag dito, given is the limit of the function tangent 2x over secant 2x. So, as x approaches pi over 4. Okay, so ano ba yung pi over 4? So, this is 45 degrees. Kung radians yan, that's 45 degrees since pi is equal to 180. Okay? So, alam natin na si tangent ay si tangent? So, kapag nag-tangent ka ng 2 times pi over 4, so equal yan sa tangent ng pi over 2. And tangent of pi over 2 is what? Ano si tangent of pi over 2? That's tangent 90 degrees. So, tangent 90 degrees is undefined. Okay? Undefined na to, no? So, x na yan. How about si secant? Okay? Secant 2x or 2 times pi over 4 which is equal to secant ng what? Pi over 2 din. Diba? So, secant, we know secant is 1 over cosine of pi over 2. And cosine of 90 is equal to 0. Therefore, secant of pi over 2 is 1 over 0. So, ito ay hindi rin determinate. So, indeterminate din siya. So, ang gagawin natin is we will make a way in order for our given to be determinate. So, tangent 2x is equal to what? Sine 2x over cosine 2x. Yan, di ba? And then, secant 2x is equal to, it is reciprocal of the cosine function, eh. So, 1 over cosine 2x. Since tangent, the given is tangent 2x over secant 2x. Therefore, it is the same as sine 2x over cosine 2x times what? Times what? Times 1 over secant 2x. Equal yan sa sine 2x over cosine 2x times what? Itong 1 over secant is the same as cosine 2x. Therefore, makakancel natin ngayon si cosine 2x. Yan. Kasi yan yung nagpapa-indeterminate sa kanya, si cosine 2x. Kasi cosine 90 is 0 eh. Or cosine pi over 2 is 0. So, ibig sabihin, pag may 0 ka sa sa denominator, magi-indeterminate yan. Therefore, yung given natin will be reduced to what? Ano na siya? Magiging limit na lang siya ng x as it approaches pi over 4 ng what? Sine 2x na lang. Okay? So, yan na yung ating working equation. And solving for that, we know that as pi over 4 of sine 2x. We know that this is equal to sine times 2 times pi over 4. Diba? Which is equal to sine of pi over 2. And we know that kung ito yung graph at sine pi over 2, ibig sabihin dito, If x is pi over 2, halimbawa ito ay pi over 2, y is 1. Dito yan, 1. Okay, ganyan yan. Tapos dito, 0 yan sa pi. Diba? Ganun siya. Tapos ito, 0. 0 din yan. Tapos, dito sa negative pi over 2, magne-negative 1 yan. Ang graph kasi niya is 0 siya sa 0, ganun siya, tapos gaganyan. And so on. Ganyan siya. Yan. Tapos magne-negative 1 siya dito, tapos gaganon. Yan yung yan yung graph ng sine function. So, we know that sine pi over 2 is this is 1. Equal siya sa 1. Okay? So, concludingly, x as it approaches pi over 4 of the function tangent 2x over secant 2x is equal to 1. Okay? 1 ang sagot. Okay, problem number 14. So here, medyo may exponent na sa taas, no? So, kung mapapansin nyo, si sine cube of x, iba yan sa sine 3x. Iba yan, hindi sila equal. Sine cube of x also is not equal to sine x cube. Magkaiba din yan. Saan equal si sine cube x? Equal siya sa sine of x quantity cube. Yan siya. Okay? Yan, hindi siya sine x cube, hindi siya equal to sine 3x. Exponent siya ng entire sine x function. Okay? So, knowing this, we can decompose this or break down this sa isang sine at isang sine squared x. Tama ba? Kasi magiging sine raised to 2 plus 1 of x. Sine cube x. Okay? So, tingnan natin. Sine of 0. Ano ba ang sine of 0? Diba 0? Tapos, ang sine of 0, 0 minus tangent ng 0 is undefined. So, mag-undefined to. Indeterminate talaga yan. So, in order to, to simplify that, we will try to, etong tangent, gagawin nating sine over cosine, tapos is-simplify natin yung ilalim. And then, yung itaas is paghihiwalay na natin si sine x at saka si sine squared x. Okay? So, dito, si sine x, Itong si tangent, magiging sine of x over cosine of x. Okay? So, mangyayari, we will simplify yung nasa ilalim. Which is, ang denominator niya is cosine x. So, cosine x divided by 1 times sine x. Ano yun? That is cosine x sine x minus sine x. Okay, that's it. Diba? So, ang mangyayari dyan is, ito natin ituloy ha, sine x, sine squared x. Times yan sa reciprocal nito. Cosine x over cosine x sine x minus sine x. Yan na siya. Equal siya sa, ngayon, itong sine x sa ilalim, pwede tayo maglabas ng isa. Okay, sine x. Diba? Tapos, sine squared x times cosine x over sine x times cosine x minus 1. Yan na siya. So, ang mangyayari, may makakancel na sine na isa. Okay? So, makakancel to, makakancel to. Ang magiging form na ng sagot natin is, ayan na, yung sine squared x times cosine x. Okay? So, next slide tayo. So, nag-arrive tayo sa sine squared x cosine x over 1 minus cosine x. Now, tama ba yan? Ay, sorry, cosine x minus 1 pala. Sorry, mali. Erase. Cosine x minus 1. Ayun na siya. So, alam natin na si sine squared x, di ba? Sine squared x is equal to what? 1 minus cosine squared x. Di ba? Therefore, sine squared x is equal to nabahinga ko. Sine squared x is equal to what? Dahil ito ay sum and difference of two squares to, di ba? So that will be 1 minus cosine x times 1 plus cosine x. Which is, parang the same siya dito o baliktad lang ito. So ine-negative lang natin. So sulat muna natin. 1 minus cosine x times 1 plus cosine x times cosine x all over cosine x minus 1. Now, if we multiply this by negative 1, or if we extract negative 1 rather, ang mangyayari is magiging cosine x minus 1 yan, mababaliktad. So, para makancel natin, minus 1 times 1 plus cosine x over times cosine x over cosine x minus 1. So, nakita na natin, pwede na tayo mag-cancel. Dahil meron na tayo nito, meron tayo na to, cancel na yan. So, ang mangyayari, ang sagot na natin is, not the answer. Our working equation is the limit as x approaches 0 of negative 1 times 1 plus cosine x times cosine x. Okay? So, substitute na natin. That is negative 1 times 1 plus cosine of 0 times cosine of 0. This is equal to negative 1. Sorry. Equal yan. Negative 1 multiplied by 1. Cosine 0, ito ay 1. Ito din, cosine 0, this is 1. Okay? So, 1 plus 1 is 2 times 1. What is the answer? So, the answer is the limit of the function sine cube x over sine x minus tan x is equal to negative 1 times 2, negative 2 times 1, it is negative 2. That is the answer. Okay, for our 15th problem, this is equal to, ayan, trigonometric ulit siya, and x is 0. So, cosine 0, alam natin, cosine 0 is 1. Okay, so the numerator will be 1 minus 1 over 1 minus 1. So, that will be 0. Okay, so we're going to find a way in which the denominator and the numerator will not be 0. Okay, so this is simple lang. Okay, 1 minus cosine squared x is equal to 1 minus cosine x times 1 plus cosine x. Okay, and then the denominator will be 1 minus cosine x, and equal yan sa 1 minus cosine x. Okay, and then we will cancel that out lang. Ang matitira is this, 1 plus cosine x. So, the limit as x approaches 0 of 1 plus cosine x is equal to 1 plus cosine 0, 1 plus 1, 2. Therefore, the answer to this is 2. Next problem. Ito, medyo medyo mahirap na kasi meron na tayong double angle, no? Double angle identities, kailangan alam natin 'yon. Okay. So the given problem is as it goes, that's sine 0. Sine 0 is what? 0 times sine 2 times 0, sine 0 ulit. So, that's 0. Over 1 minus cosine x, that is 0 also. Okay? So, let's try to, to use, let's try to use the double angle identity here. Wherein, sine 2x is equal to 2 sine x cosine x. So, this is an identity. That's an identity. Sine 2x is equal to this whole term, 2 sine x cosine x. And we will use this to substitute to this. So this sine 2x here in the numerator. And that will result the numerator to be in this form. Sine x times sine 2x is this, so we'll just input this one, sine x cosine x all over 1 minus cosine x. Okay? So, magkakaroon tayo ngayon, magkakamukha na yung loob ng cosine x tsaka ng sine x. Ngayon, pwede na natin sila ipag-multiply. Dito kasi, hindi natin pwedeng gawin dito yung sine x tapos sine 2x. Ibang yan. Iba si sine 2x, iba si sine x. Hindi natin siya pwedeng pag-multiply na magiging sine 2x square. Mali yan, hindi ganyan. At mas lalong hindi rin na sine of x plus 2x. Mali din to. Okay, iba si sine 2x. So, this is separated by a multiplication symbol. Okay? So, continuing this, magkakaroon tayo ngayon ng 2 sine squared x cosine x all over 1 minus cosine x. And we need to cancel this out. Okay? And how can we do that? We know that sine squared x is equal to what? Is equal to 2 multiplied by 1 minus cosine squared x times cosine x over 1 minus cosine x. And we know again that this can be further factored in. This can be further factored into this na 2 times 1 minus cosine x, 1 plus cosine x times cosine x all over 1 minus cosine x. And from that, we can see na pwede tayong mag-cancel out again this one and this one. So that ang matitira lang sa atin is this, this working equation, 2 cosine x times 1 plus cosine x. So this is equal to the limit as x approaches 0 of 2 cos x times 1 plus cosine x. Which, if we substitute 0 to all our x's, we will have is equal to 2 cosine 0, 1 plus cosine 0, which is equal to 2 multiplied by 1 multiplied by 1 plus 1. Which is equal to 2 times 1 times 2, which is equal to 4. Therefore, the limit as x approaches 0 of sine x sine 2x over 1 minus cosine x is 4. Okay, that's it. Okay, to our next problem. This is the limit of sine squared x all over 1 plus cosine x as x approaches what? Pi. So, i-analyze muna natin ha. So, kung ito yung ating axis. Yan. Okay. Ngayon, this is pi. So, 0. This is pi over 2. This is pi. Okay. This is 3 pi over 2. And this is, or 2 pi. Yan. One complete revolution. Okay, pagka sine function, okay, pag sine function, dito siya 1. Dito, tsaka dito. Okay, pag 0, pag sine 90, o sine pi over 2, 1 siya, si sine. Okay, sine. Okay, kapag ka naman, halimbawa, si cosine naman ay 1, kapag dito, 1 siya, dito naman, negative 1. Okay? Ganun lang siya. Dito 1, dito negative 1 din si sine. Okay? Ganun siya. So, pag inalam natin ito, this is sine squared of 0 over 1 plus cosine of 0. Sorry, pi ito, pi. Ano ba yan? Pi. Okay, pi is 180 degrees. 180 degrees ang pi. Okay, this is pi. Pi. Equal to sa sin pi. Ano ang sin pi? Ito, 0 siya. 0. Square, o the 0 square. Tapos 1 minus 1. So this is 0 over 0. We need to, what? We need to cancel 1 plus x, 1 plus cosine x in order for us to arrive at a determinate answer. So again, this is just simple. Sine squared x is equal to 1 minus cosine squared x, which is equal to 1 plus cosine x times 1 minus cosine x. Okay, that's it. And then yung ilalim niya is 1 plus cosine x. Diba? 1 plus cosine x over 1 plus cosine x. So clearly, we can cancel that out. Okay? We can cancel this and we can cancel this so that our new working formula or working equation is limit as x approaches pi of 1 minus cosine x. Okay? And we know that cosine pi is negative 1. So the answer is 1 minus minus 1. 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. So the answer to this problem is 2. Okay? Next. Ayan, eto, binigyan naman tayo ng f of x. Ngayon, i-identify daw natin kung ano yung limit given these values. Okay? So, una muna, identify muna natin f of x is equal to square root of x. Ang kailangan natin is f of x, which is this, and f of 4. Meaning, we will substitute 4 to f of x, which will yield square root of 4 is equal to 2. Okay? Therefore, the new given will be square root of x minus 2 all over x minus 4. Yan na yung bagong given. Okay? So, simple lang ulit. Mag-conjugate ulit tayo dahil may radical. So, sa radical, iibahin ang gitna pero retain ang gilid. Okay? So, plus ito ay 2. Okay? Square root of x plus 2. Therefore, the answer will be what? Square root of x squared is x minus 4. O, diba? Over x minus 4 times square root of x plus 2. Therefore, cancel ito. Ang matitira is 1 over square root of x plus 2. Okay? Yun ang matitirang working equation. Diba? Yan. So, ang ating bagong is the limit of as x approaches 4 of 1 over square root of x plus 2, which is equal to 1 over square root of 4 plus 2 is equal to 1 over 2 plus 2 is equal to 1/4. Therefore, the answer to this is 1/4. Ganun lang. Next. The same given pero different function. Okay, so again, we will have f of x is equal to square root of x. Therefore, f of 9 plus x is equal to square root of what? 9 plus x. And f of 9 is equal to square root of 9 is equal to 3. Therefore, the new given will be x approaches 0 square root of 9 plus x minus 3 all over x. So the same process, conjugate method, square root of 9 plus x plus 3, square root of 9 plus x plus 3. The numerator will have a form of 9 plus x minus 9 over x times square root of 9 plus x, plus 3. Okay? So, cancel itong 9, cancel itong 9. Si x lang matitira, tsaka si x, cancel na din yan. Cancel na yan. Ang matitira na lang is 1 over square root of 9 plus x plus 3. Where your x is 0, therefore the limit as x approaches 0 is equal to 1 over square root of 9 plus 0 plus 3 is equal to 1 over 3 plus 3 is equal to 1 over 6. 1 over 6. Therefore, the answer is 1 over 6. That's it. Okay. Ngayon, medyo mahaba yung natin. Polynomial lang siya. So, f of x is equal to x squared minus 2x plus 3. And we need f of x and f of 2, where the value of f of 2 will be 2 squared minus 2 times 2 plus 3. Equal yan saan? 4 minus 4, 0, plus 3. This is 3. Therefore, the new given is x squared minus 2x plus 3 minus 3 all over x minus 2. Okay? Ito yung bago nating given. Now, dahil 3 minus 3 is 0, therefore, ang matitira na lang is x squared minus 2x, and then yung ilalim is x minus 2. Now, ang magpapa-0 sa denominator natin is ito. Obviously, yung x minus 2. So, kailangan alisin natin yung x minus 2 sa taas para makancel natin. So, this is equal to the limit as x approaches 2 of x multiplied by x minus 2 over x minus 2. So, cancel natin yan. Ang matitira na lang is the limit as x approaches 2 of x, which is equal to 2 itself. So, the answer to this problem is 2. Ganun lang kadali. Ganun lang kasimple. We need lang to identify yung mga values na given before we proceed to simplification and evaluation. Okay? Okay, for our last problem. Ito na yung last problem natin for indeterminate forms. Okay? So, given natin f of x. Ay, gusto ko violet. Ayan, f of x is equal to what? X squared ulit, minus 2x plus 3. But ngayon, ang kailangan natin, ang x natin is x plus 2. Now, lahat ng x, papalitan natin ng x plus 2. Magiging ganito siya. X plus 2 squared minus 2 times x plus 2 plus 3. Which is equal to square of a binomial is the square of the first term plus twice the product of the first term and the last term. That is 2 times 2x plus the square of the last term minus this 2x plus 4. Okay? Plus 3. So, ngayon, ang magiging f of x plus 2 ay x squared plus 4x plus 4 minus 2x minus 4 plus 3. Okay, so equal yan sa x squared plus 2x plus 3. Okay? So, ito na yung f of x plus 2 natin. Ano na lang yung hinahanap natin? Yung f of 2. Where f of 2 is equal to 2 squared minus 2 times 2 plus 3. Therefore, f of 2 is 3. Now, knowing this, therefore, the new given will be in the form of x plus x squared plus 2x plus 3 minus f of 2 which is 3 all over x. So, equal yan sa x squared plus 2x over x. Okay? Yan na yun. So, finding the limit, evaluate na natin. X of 0 of what? X squared plus 2x over x. So, pwede pa natin i-cancel si x. Paano? Ilalabas natin sa taas. Ifa-factor natin. So, factoring gamit natin ngayon. X squared divided by x is x and 2x divided by x is 2. Therefore, we can cancel out x. Yan, cancel natin si x, cancel natin si x. Then, what will remain is our final working equation, which is x plus 2. Where we will substitute 0 as our x. Therefore, the limit as x approaches 0 of x plus 2 is equal to what? 0 plus 2 is equal to 2. Therefore, the limit as x approaches 0 of f of x plus 2 minus f of 2 over x is equal to 2. And that's it.
Thank you for watching, classmates! If you have questions, clarifications, or suggestions, you can contact me at issstv@gmail.com or at trussell.rt@gmail.com. You can also send me a private message. Just visit fb.com/trussell.rt.